Magazine. Hello, I'm Diane Caraway.
And I'm Mike Corbett. This evening we're in downtown Cedar Falls.
And we think we have quite an action-packed show for you tonight.
We think you'll get a kick out of it. I'm heading right now on down to the Cedar Falls Karate Club. Because tonight on PM Magazine we've got a story on a type of martial art. We're going to go to Cedar Rapids to meet a 26-year-old disabled woman who has earned a black belt in Taekwondo. And we'll set sail for Europe on the luxurious Queen Elizabeth II and get a fascinating look at the last of the great transatlantic ocean liners.
In our departments, Mary Gregori shares another easy home project, an attractive wall hanging made from grandma's doilies. Captain Carrot shows how soy protein can actually lower your cholesterol level, and Linda Harris continues her great escape to Venezuela with an exciting look at some of its lively night spots.
Of hard work and study in order to become a black belt in the martial arts. It's difficult enough if you're able-bodied, but that much more difficult if you're disabled. Well, tonight we're going to Cedar Rapids to meet a 26-year-old woman who's earned a black belt despite her disability. Nancy Rowell has a crippling disease of the joints, but through hard work, determination, and a little creative use of her crutches, she's managed to become a martial arts expert. Martial arts have a reputation of being practiced by mysterious strangers from the East who must register their hands as lethal weapons and break bricks with their heads, right? Well, not always. Nancy Rowell is 4 feet tall, uses crutches to walk, and has a black belt in Taekwondo.
A disabled friend of mine told me to check into it when I was at the University of Iowa. He happened to be taking the class it was a club down there, and he happened to be taking it when he was there, and said that it was good exercise. He used a cane in Taekwondo, and he suggested that I try it. I believe I am the first disabled person here at Mr. Jung's school.
Now, you say you're disabled. What is your disability?
I have metaphyseal and that's a type of dwarfism, and it affects me similar to arthritis in my joints, so that's why I use the crutches, mostly for longer distances. I've really improved quite a bit since I started Taekwondo. I used to use my crutches almost all the time down at Iowa because of the distances I had to walk, but now I've cut down on my usage of the crutches, too. I use my crutches in pretty much in the same way that the other students will use their legs and kicking techniques. Mr. Jung and I adapted the techniques to fit, my needs, my special needs, and it seems to work out pretty well. There are a lot of kicks I cannot do with my own legs, and so I do the crutch techniques instead.
When Nancy earned her black belt 2.5 years after she started, she wrote her philosophy of Taekwondo, which begins like this.
Taekwondo as an art emphasizes certain basic principles while allowing for scientific change and individual expression. This flexibility in the art affords most everyone the opportunity to participate in Taekwondo, whether old or young, male or female, disabled or non-disabled. Disability is included here because I am a little person, 4 foot. I have a type of dwarfism which affects me a lot like arthritis. My legs were straightened surgically 4 times as a child. I have used crutches since the age of 2 and have always had an interest in sports, but none as challenging as Taekwondo.
Mr. Woo Jin Jung is Nancy's instructor. He and Nancy designed the special crutch techniques she uses. He firmly believes that almost anybody can become proficient at Taekwondo if they have the right attitude.
Younger people, older people, anybody, over 5 years to 65, 70.
And even handicapped people.
Yeah.
Nancy is a full-time activist for the disabled, and as with most martial arts experts, her outlook on life is similar to her perception of the sport. Just as Taekwondo consistently challenges a person, so does life. The secret, she says, is to find your limitations, then challenge them.
I'm solid gold, I've got the goods, you stand when I walk through the neighborhood, I make the hit, I've got the chance.
think a lot of people, disabled people and other people too, perceive themselves in a certain way. And they kind of limit themselves in their perceptions. And so by finding out what my abilities actually are physically, I can, progress from there. I can take it a step further, try something new, try something a little more daring, and improve on what my abilities are. Push it to the limit if you can.
Make some room now, take what you see. Accept is mine. I've got the key, I'm taking it. I've got the chance, I'm taking it.
I think Taekwondo has really helped me be more assertive. Knowing that I can take care of myself physically, like in a threatening situation, it also gives me a self-confidence. And I think that self-confidence really carries over in my relationship in the business world. Because when, say, some man comes in and they're 6 foot tall, and they try this looking down technique of intimidation, like in a professional world, that does happen. And it doesn't bother me, because I know that if he was in a dobo, he wouldn't, affect me at all.
Adobo is?
Oh, this is beautiful. Disabled people have to learn to cope with society as it is, because there isn't always going to be somebody there to help. And so you have to learn how to adjust and adapt in your own way. Nothing in life that is worthy is ever too hard to achieve. If you have the courage to try it, and you have the faith to believe. For faith is a mover of mountains. There's nothing that God cannot do. So start out today with faith in your heart and climb till your dreams come true.
I'm making it. I've got the chance, I'm taking it. No more faking it. This time in life, I'm making it.
중요해. 하루에 좌우치기 45를 할 거야.